Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today, I'm here at the Folk Art Center on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Not terribly busy today, is it? It may have something to do with the fact it's a gorgeous day. It's actually really pretty. There's not a cloud in the sky. But it's about 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So what, -2 Celsius or so. And a little breezy, but nothing like it was last night. We had 60-mile-per-hour gusts, and it was, at our house, it was 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And it was just crazy. I gotta be honest. After Hurricane Helene, none of us like hearing, in the family, nobody likes hearing gusty winds outside like that. It's still a little scary sounding, but today, dropped off my daughter. Ooh, if you're playing the K4SWL bingo card, there's a gimme right there. I just dropped one of my daughters off at college. It's actually a community college here where she's taking a French class, and it's her very first class today. Classes were canceled this morning due to icy roads, but I'm happy to say that, you know, our roads up on top of the mountain were pretty icy, but down here in Asheville and stuff, they're really nice. They're dry, so they're fine. So she got to take her French class this early afternoon, and so I'm gonna do a quick little activation while she's in class, and hopefully she won't have to wait too long for me afterwards. We got some other things to do today, and just looking to see where I want to put the antenna. I've noticed that the tree, a lot of branches have come down since last time, probably from the storm. But I'll just run a quick line up through here, and I've got a radio I'm really excited to use today. Haven't used in a while. So let me put down my mics, get everything ready here. Let's see. Take one of my microphones down. I only need one. Brought these little wireless mics with me today just because it's breezy enough that I didn't really want I didn't want a lot of wind noise and things like that on the microphones. It never sounds good to hear wind noise. Okay, let's grab stuff out of my backpack. My backpack's a mess right now. Threw a bunch of things in it. I'm hoping tomorrow I can actually escape for a little POTA run here locally. It'll be even colder tomorrow, but I don't mind. These temperatures are not too bad for me, especially if it's sunny and it's not super windy. I can deal with this. When you're on a summit and it's this temperature and it's windy, that's a lot less fun. Let me grab an antenna out of here. Here we go. I'm gonna use my little Tufton random wire antenna today, I think, for the radio that I've picked out to use. I'll stick this antenna in my pocket, and let's see here. Again, it doesn't really matter which one I use when I do this, but should I go for a really high branch? I don't need to, but I also don't want to pull down a dead branch. And I tell you what, some of these branches here are looking pretty dead on this tree. It's probably not long for this world. It's a good POTA tree too. So I hate to see that. I think I'll use, I think I'll just go for one of these really, really high branches. We'll see if I can do that. That's a pretty aggressive goal. I'll try it. If I can keep the, let's see if I can keep the tripod up here. It's hard to find a flat enough spot. There we go. We'll see what I can do. Should be fun to watch, right? Who knows? Maybe I'll hit it. That is really high there. I'm just feeling it's been a while since I've been out doing an activation. I was thinking about it today. What I'm talking an activation and not I've been doing some portable POTA hunting at home, but not an activation. It's been a busy season. I did do activating when I was on the coast of North Carolina, but there we go. But haven't done Haven't been doing any other activating since then. This is my first activation in almost 3 weeks. Wow, look how high that went. Totally unnecessary for this antenna, because I think the radiator is only 31 feet. Oops, there we go. Okay, that'll work. So let me grab this out. This has a 31-foot radiator and a 17-foot counterpoise. Last time I used this, I was actually doing a portable POTA hunting session on my property. It's something I filmed, probably only going to put it on Patreon. It's probably a long video. I can't remember how long it went on, but it was a lot of fun. Hunting is challenging. It's really challenging, and I kind of like that challenge. Here we go. Keep the weight nearby. I may use it to put a little weight on the throw line to hold up the antenna, because it is breezy today, and so the antenna may want to move around. By the way, I'm doing this with gloves on. People ask about these gloves all the time, and I put a link to them in my videos, if you look in the video description, but also on QRT.com. Really, housekeeping wise, I should be telling you this each and every time, but always check QRT.com. I've got a link to it in the description, usually in the comments, and I put a lot more information, links to the gear I have, more information about the activation, other notes and thoughts I have, a lot more stuff that you see even in the video, so I'd encourage you to check it out. Also, I don't edit my videos, so if there's a boring part you don't like, just put your mouse over the timeline in YouTube and you can skip over that part. I put chapters in all my videos to make that possible. Oh, I'm so looking forward to taking out this little radio today. Here we go. Okay, let's lay this down. Let's pull this up. You probably can't see any of this. It's so small. This isn't exactly stealthy because my throw line is not stealthy. Oops, I see a little knot here. It's not actually a knot, it's a bunched up wire. I want to get it down before it goes up into the tree. There we go. And there's the end of our antenna. And I want it to be about right there. So what I'll do is just put my throw weight over here on the line to hold it in place. So let's see. That looks good right there. So I'll put my throw line here, or my throw weight on the throw line, and that'll kind of hold it in place in the tree. Like that. There we go. Went up a little bit, but not too much. Okay. I'll just use this ABR cable since it's in the pack. This has a built-in ferrite choke. Don't really need it for this particular antenna, but it's never a bad idea for an end-fed antenna of any sort. Just connect this up here. I'm kind of taking my precious time with this. Drag the counterpoise out a little bit. There we go. Now that is a really nice looking setup. Let me take a picture of the antenna before I forget to do it. Let's see here. This is reminding me, I haven't spotted myself or anything or announced this activation. Haven't done any of that stuff, so gotta remember to do that when I start the activation. Here we go. Here we go. See any squirrels visit me today. Okay, so let's take a look at the radio I brought. Don't need this chair. Got a bunch of things I don't need in here. I brought my KX1. This is, so I name all of my KX1s, and this one's Audrey. And by the way, this is a little Tufton cover. I've put these on all my KX1s. Yes, I have more than one KX1. I have two, Actually, I just gave one as a Christmas gift to my buddy Vlado. He's always wanted one, and I've been looking for an excuse to give him one, so this Christmas was it. So I have two KX1s, both of which I love. One is a 3-bander, that's Audrey here. So it's 40, 30, 20 meters. The other one's a 4-bander, so 80, 30, 40, 20. Now, the guy who built this is a friend, Drew, and he claims that he thinks actually the 3-bander performs a little better than the 4-bander. He's built probably 3 or 4 KX1s over the years, and so he likes that configuration best. And I have to say, this one does perform very well. The other one does as well too, but I think that this one's a great radio. But I love the KX1. I think I did a getting to know you video about it, but it's like one of my all-time favorite radios. I mean, it just is. I love it. I think it's just an amazing, amazing radio. So today we're gonna put it on the air, do a quick little activation. Hopefully it's quick. And yeah, have a little fun. Let's see here. Did I put a speaker in here? Did I take my speaker out? No, speaker's probably in my bag yet. I need to take off my sunglasses at this point so I can see what I'm doing with regular glasses on. And bring the other microphone over here so I'll be able to hear things. I'm such a professional. I'm such a pro. Okay. I've only been doing this now. I realize I've been doing these videos. I cannot believe it, but it's about 4.5 years I've been doing these activation videos. I'd have never, ever in a million years guessed that I would be still doing this. I have no intention of stopping. I really love doing it. It's a lot of fun. And the very first time I did it, I kind of said, this is probably a one-off here. Probably never do this again. Boy, did I ever eat those words. Okay. I'll use this as cord management here. Make these nice slots in our picnic tables. It's cold, but you know, there's sunlight. I got gloves. I'll be just fine. I say confidently. Here we go. Let's get our key out. Did I bring, gotta remember which key I brought. I'm actually bringing this little lithium-ion battery. But you know what? I have to go back to the car and grab something. And I probably won't make you wait through that. I think I set my key in the car. Let's look here again. Maybe not. Hey, I didn't. Look at me. I'm looking forward to get organized again. By the way, so this is a Tufton. If you have a radio or you have a key or anything that needs protecting, just do yourself a favor and go to Tufton. My buddy Joshua, N5FY, runs it. Fantastic fellow, very dear friend, and he does such a great job. These are so clever. I like them better than having like a really bulky cage or something around in it, and it protects the front of the radio really nicely. Like I don't have to worry, I can throw it in a pack, don't have to worry about any of the switches, any of the knobs or any pots or anything like that being hurt. Same thing, I love my Bomatech TB3, and this little one here like has magnets in the bottom of it. It stays shut with magnets, and yeah, it's nice. And his stuff's really affordable. He doesn't charge an arm and a leg for his products. And it's become a real little family business for him. I think his wife and probably his kids even help out. Okay. I'm going to plug in this little talent cell battery, which hopefully has enough juice to do this. If it doesn't, I've got another battery in here. Let's turn it on. Do I see the little green lights? I see the little green lights. Now, everything's so cold. These wires are not very pliable here. Okay. Antenna. Let's plug that in so we can stand a better chance of working someone if I've got the antenna hooked up. Oh, this is such a messy table. I don't like it. Actually a fairly organized guy, but you would never know it from my videos, I don't think. My wife would probably beg to differ, but I think I'm an organized guy. Let's turn it on and see if we got a little noise here. We do, good. And Okay, let's turn this down. Let's go up a band. And let's hit the ATU button, which is... Okay, I don't have the ATU engaged, I don't think. Let's see, ATU. Nope. There we go, now it's engaged. Okay, I'm getting about 4 watts out, 4.5 watts out, 1.3. SWR, excellent. And I am at 14,060. You cannot see this. I'm sure you can't see this with the glare. This little screen is pretty easy to see when you're the operator, but not very easy when you're trying to shoot a video. Okay. Oh, I'm glad the wind's picking up. I was afraid it'd get too warm. Oh, another thing I'm doing, whoops, that's a little different is I am going to use a different pen than I normally do. I'm hoping I can do this with these gloves on. I've decided to give a go, instead of using pencils, which I've always used with my Right in the Rain pads when I do activations, I've decided instead to use a fountain pen. That sounds crazy, but I like a good pen. I like a good pencil as well. And I've been super pleased with my pencils. There's only one issue with them. When I'm making videos, it's hard to see what I write in my journals, in my logs. It's very difficult to see it. And I want it to be a little easier to read, but I find that with lead, often the lead will not show up very easily. Okay, maybe so let's see here. We'll go ahead and put this in. Hopefully this will show up when I'm using it. You know what though? It's looking like this ink does not work as well on Right in the Rain. We'll find out. Okay, 07. Yeah, it doesn't. That has to do with the coating on the Right in the Rain pads. I may have to use a different type of pad when I'm doing this. I'm just trying to find something that works a little bit better. I do love this pen. This is a Kaweco fountain pen. It's a pocket pen, so I keep it in my pocket like at all times. I see this is not going to work though. Nope. Got to go back to my pencil. Maybe if I got the camera as close as I do this time, you'll be able to see it pretty easily. I may start using other pads. I want to do something to make it easier, because people have asked me before about doing like, what do you call it? Closed captioning and stuff like that to put in the call signs and everything I'm hearing, but I don't like doing. I don't have time to do that. I'd love to do it, but there's no possible way in my schedule I have time to do that. Okay, so I mean it's super time consuming. Oh yes, I am at the BRP US. What is it? 3378. And this is the KX1, my all-time favorite radios, with an end-fed random wire. We'll start on 20 meters, CW. And it is about, let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800 hours UTC. And this has been pretty quiet right here, actually. Let me just hit it again here and see where I am. 14,060.4. Let's make it 0.5. Easy to operate with gloves on. Now I need to spot myself. And I'll need my thumb for that, probably. Whoops. Let's try this again. Okay. POTA website. Trying to pull this up here. And I gotta sign in. I always have to sign in. There we go. Oh no, is it seriously asking me for my Email address. This will take me a while. No, it won't. I took my passkey. Good. Got it. There we go. So let's go over here. Add spot. 14060.5. US 3378. CW. There we go. Let's start playing a little radio. Try to get my thumb back in here. Now I could use my built-in memory keyer. Let's see. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Good to get you in the logs. Thank you. Happy New Year. VA. Boy, I messed that up a little bit. Holy cow, I think I heard a 1 in there. Okay, let's see. Good to get you in logs. It's colder there than it is here. Holy cow. There must be 10 signals in there. Go for the RC. Oh, P, RCP. Okay, W1 RCP. Only thing that'd make this better is a cup of coffee. Why in the world didn't I bring in coffee with me? Georgia, holy cow. Surprised to get that on 20 meters. Okay, wait, I heard an X in there. Holy cow. Okay, my hands are starting to get a little cold. Not too badly. Okay, I got a WD. I'm going to try to go for that. heard that. Okay, wait. Ooh, something really low down there. That'll be Ontario. Okay. Okay, wait. WDVA, is that right? Okay, good. Ooh, he went way down. Washington State. Amazing. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll get this W3W station. Okay. Okay, what's that? Hands are getting cold. The speaker's making a bit of noise here for some reason. That's not the radio. Gotcha, in Illinois. Lots of New Jersey stations. I'll have to end this soon. I'm running out of time. I'm going to end it here, I think. Okay, hang on. Okay. This is gonna be my last one. My hands are getting cold. I think the temperature is dropping again. It's supposed to go down again to like 12 or something tonight, I think. But it's been nice while it lasted. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have got to go. It's time to pick up my daughter. And my hands are getting chilly. They were doing fine earlier, but I guarantee you it feels like the temperature's gone down 3 or 4 degrees here just now while I've been operating, and it's gotten a little breezier. I love the KX1. This is such an awesome radio. I wish this speaker gave it a little justice. I don't know. It may be this I thought it was a shielded wire that I've been using. Maybe it's not shielded, and I need to try out something different. Because the speaker actually sounds really good. The radio sounds amazing, but I'm hearing all this extra digital hash and things like that that are coming through. It may be picking it up from my phone, but I actually turned off my phone's signal so that it wasn't like trying to reach out to the cell phone network, because that causes, I'm trying to take photos here, it causes extra noise. Let me try to take photos of my logs here before I forget. Oh, I was kind of hoping my fountain pen would work on this, but Write in the Rain notebooks are coated so that they really accept ink from a Write in the Rain pencil. Well, it can be any kind of pencil, and a Write in the Rain pen, but it can be pretty much any ballpoint pen. But a fountain pen just kind of lays ink on the top. What I like about fountain pens, though, is they have kind of the readability of a felt pen, in that it's kind of thick. I've got like a medium nib on mine. So it shows up really nicely. But I think this shows up pretty well today in the camera. I think this is going to be fine today, but I do want to make it a little easier for people to read my logs, that's for sure. So, yep, a couple more photos here, and then let's start to pack up. I've got to get the show on the road. My hands are getting stiff on the ends, just kind of less flexible. It's the reason I was between using my gloves and then having cold hands. My hands aren't super cold, but when they get cold, my dexterity with gloves decreases, and I could take my gloves off and have better dexterity, but I don't really want to do that either. So I'm not complaining, my Canadian friends. This actually isn't all that cold here right now, but it's going to be really cold tonight and through the weekend, pretty much. The really sad part is, like, we have some snow probably on the way this weekend, it looks like. And I never get a chance to just enjoy snow for just being snow like my wife and kids like to do, because it always, without fail, we get really bad winter weather when I have something to do. And this weekend, Vlado and I were planning to go to the Greenwood, South Carolina Ham Fest, and that is really up in the air now because, well, number one, there's a decent chance it's going to be kind of messy up here. I don't know how bad it'll be in South Carolina, but there's a good chance that even where Greenwood is, that it could be a little messy there as well. But when you have a lot of snow and things, like half the people that are coming to the Ham Fest are be coming from this area too. So even if we did make it down there, probably really poorly attended if it's even open. And they may not be, they may cancel it. It's a shame because I've got a lot of things I want to get rid of. And I like taking them to Ham Fest because I just put really low prices on things and get rid of stuff I want to get rid of. And plus it's nice to see people, and I hadn't been to Greenwood since I think 2018, 2019, something like that. It's been a while, so it would have been nice, but we'll see. maybe we're not doomed yet. Maybe, just maybe, it'll turn out to be okay this weekend. I'm trying to be optimistic. I was just watching my favorite meteorologist this morning. His name's Brad Panovich. He's incredible. He does these vlogs, I guess you'd call it, on YouTube, where he really kind of gets really nerdy about the weather and what's happening. And my family, we've always loved just watching him and listening to how he explains everything. And he actually said this morning, he's like, yeah, this is looking pretty probable that we're going to get some kind of winter weather. He was primarily talking about the Charlotte area. And I think up here, there's a really good chance we'll get something. I don't mind driving in it, but again, I don't want to do it if, you know, I don't want to drive down there to find out they canceled the event either. That wouldn't be very fun. Because if they get any snow at all in South Carolina, that's probably going to be canceled. And you people up north and Canada and stuff probably will really laugh about that. But around here, people just aren't used to driving in snowy weather. And so when it snows, like, things shut down. It's kind of crazy. And I'm fine. I've lived in places where I've had to drive in really snowy weather. In fact, I've lived in a couple different countries where I've had to do that. And I don't find it to be a very big deal as long as I've got a reasonable vehicle and I'd feel comfortable. Actually, I'm learning though, my Volvo, it's an electric vehicle, and I'm learning that I can't use one pedal driving when I do that because the regenerative braking kicks in and it's not in a controlled way like I can do it with just a normal brake pedal. So I have to turn off one pedal driving when I'm in snow or anything slippery like that. Okay, so the first thing I gotta do is take this off to make sure that my hands are cold enough. This is even harder to pull off now. But hey, it's still sunny. Okay. I'll never forget when so a little known thing about me is I did my graduate studies at the London School of Economics, and obviously located in London. And I remember when I first started my studies, it was a very, very international school, by the way. So lots and lots and lots. I think it's something like maybe more than half of the students are international. So anyway, one of my colleagues in my department had just come from India, and it was his first time ever being in the UK, and we would study together. So he's a really nice guy. We had kind of like a study group of people that I'd hang out with, and I'll never forget the first day. It was kind of like this. All of the clouds blew away, and they had like proper cold weather. It was probably right around freezing. And he looked at the sky and he said, I don't understand this. He said, it's cold, yet there's the sun. And I guess that's just the difference. You know, he wasn't used to, in India, yes, maybe when it's cold. It doesn't get that cold probably where he lived in India. But I think it just really surprised him that the sun would be out. He just assumed it would be overcast. But actually, it's pretty much the case if you live in London or England. Of course, you know this, but it's usually when the clouds blow away that's an indicator that you're getting some colder temperatures. Not necessarily snow, but we didn't have a whole bunch of snow when I lived in Surrey. It was kind of more little small snows, but we did have one. I remember one really, really nice one we had once. But it is in the southern part of England, so I'll call it the Florida of England. Oh, I'm so overdue. Go back to Britain. I don't know if I'm going to get to do it this summer or not. I really had hoped to, but my daughters just have so many plans of things to do. And doggone it, they're academic. And so I hate to say, no, you can't, do this course you're wanting to do this summer because I want to go travel. But they're going to get to travel when they're at university. All the universities they're looking at, they're planning to do study abroad while they're there. So, they'll get their travel in. Maybe my wife and I will just wait until they're off to school, and then she and I will just go on our own. Certainly will make for cheaper tickets. My daughters would really love to go with us. I'm way overdue to go to France too. I love France. I've got friends to see in Germany, friends in Italy. My buddy Vlado's daughter just moved to Spain. I've got a lot of reasons to go to Europe and actually travel around quite a bit. So maybe just get a Euro pass or something and spend a couple months there. I'd love to do that. There's some places in Paris I'd like to visit again. So many things. But anyway, could be that we end up going to Canada again this summer because we can kind of get up there and back really quickly, relatively speaking. We have friends in the Maritimes we haven't seen in a while. May go by Prince Edward Island. I'd like to go up to Newfoundland and visit and go to, especially if I go to Newfoundland, because I haven't been there yet. And Scott, if you're watching this, I know you're saying you should have come when I lived here. It's probably true, but really I'd like to go to Newfoundland and also Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, which is a little French overseas territory off the coast of Newfoundland. Always wanted to go there. There we go. It's taking me longer to do this in the cold. Okay, let's put this here. Brim hat in there. I think that's it. I think I got everything except my sunglasses. Love this backpack, by the way. It's a keeper. Well, I've been keeping it anyway, but it's a wonderful backpack. It's a Nemo, and I've got a link to it. Very pleased with it. It's going to make for an excellent kind of normal soda backpack when I'm doing like a normal hike and not like some kind of hike with camping. It's great. It's kind of like a nice day pack size. So anyway, thank you so much for coming along for the ride today. It was great to actually get an activation in again, even if it's just here at my like normal old spot. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to work so many people, and I'm sorry there are a lot of people I had to leave on the air there that were still calling, but duty calls. I got my dad duties and I need to do that. Thank you to my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters, but most of all, like I always say, let's take care of each one, take care of each other out there, okay? And this world's a better place because you are in it. So thank you for being there. Take care. Until next time, 7 twos.